Imagine yourself amidst the lively streets of India, where every corner tells a story and every cent carries a hint of adventure. Speaking of adventures, if you have ever considered owning a piece of land in this vibrant country, property hunting is no less than an adventure. Hey there, I'm Alina, and today we are going on a property hunting journey in India as an NRI. Together we will tick through the crucial steps outlined in our checklist, from gathering essential documents to securing financing and legal assistance. Let's dive into the first item on the checklist, pre-purchase research. You probably know by now that NRIs can only buy residential or commercial properties in India. However, if you are looking at agricultural land, farmhouses, or plantation property, you must get specific approval from the RBI, which involves consultation with the Government of India. Here is a tidbit worth noting. There is no limit on the number of properties you can own, whether it's a cozy home or a bustling commercial space. Let's discuss the repatriation of funds and the differences between NRE and NRO accounts. First, when buying property in India, the payment must come through official banking channels and you must pay all the applicable taxes and duties. The payment can be made from the funds in your NRE, FCNRB or NRO accounts, but not through travelers' checks or foreign currency notes. An NRO account might be more suitable if you use the income earned in India for your property purchase. On the other hand, if your purchase is primarily funded by your foreign earnings, an NRE account is likely the better choice. It offers tax benefits and full repatriability, giving you more flexibility. Ultimately, the best choice depends on where your funds come from and how much flexibility you need to repatriate your money. Now, the second leg of a property purchase prep is market research. This step involves getting to the details to ensure you make the right move. Step 1. Define your goals. Before scrolling through listings, you must know what you're after. Are you in it for the rental income, or you're dreaming of cozying up in your own slice of paradise? If it's all about rental, aim for spots with high demand, as the rental yields will be higher. But if it's for your own use, think about what floats your boat. Whether it's being close to family, having easy access to your favorite hangouts, or soaking in a serene environment. Step 2. Research preferred locations. Check out those promising neighborhoods with shiny new developments in the pipeline or top-notch infrastructure already in place. As a tip, imagine how those areas will look in the future, like spots with new business hotspots or transport projects in the works. And hey, don't forget the basics: good roads, healthcare, malls, schools, and all basic necessities to make life easier. Step 3. Explore property types. Once you've got your eye on a location, it's time to pick your property type. They say apartments are the bee's knees for getting a better rental income, especially in bustling urban zones. But if you're craving space and privacy, villas might be more your speed. Step 4. Set a realistic budget. Before you get too carried away, set a budget covering all the bases. Think not just about the property price, but also about sneaky extra costs like registration fee, legal fee, maintenance cost, and potential renovation expenses. Now to the second checklist for buying property in India, specially tailored for NRIs: documentation. As a property buyer, you will need documents like a valid passport with NRI status, an overseas address, and proof of income. On the seller's end, you will need a sale deed, title deed, or construction agreement that shows legal proof of ownership. I've only mentioned a few of them, so take a screenshot of this image to refer to later. Let's dive into the third checkpoint on a property buying journey: financing. Now, when securing that dream home with some financial assistance, NRIs have the option of a home loan. Certain banks like SBI offer repayment plans spanning up to 30 years, while others such as ICICI Bank tailor options to choose between fully disbursed loan or partly disbursed loan. However, interest rates can vary from 6.85% to 10%, depending on the bank. When it comes to eligibility criteria, it's not a one-size-fits-all scenario. For instance, ICICI might require you to be at least 21 years old, while SBI sets the bar at 18. However, it's not just about age. Your income, job profile, and loan duration also play crucial roles. Always double check with your preferred bank for exact details. Are you curious about your eligibility? Fear not, my NRI pals. There's an eligibility calculator linked in the description box to assist you. Let's talk repayment terms. Picture this. You're eyeing an under construction property. With HDFC, you only pay interest until it's ready to move in. Once complete, you start EMIs. If you're eager to repay the principal sooner, you can segment the loan and start full EMIs immediately. But every bank has its own rules. Repayment terms vary widely, whether it's maximum tenure, flexibility repayment periods, or prepayment charges. And don't forget those documents. Remember the checklist image? Now it's time to tick it off from your employer ID card to proof of property payment. It's all hands on deck to secure that loan. Exploring your funding options is key when financing your dream property in India. By selling property in India, NRIs can also arrange funds for a new property by repatriating sale proceeds. Here's how it works. First, the property must have been acquired under foreign exchange laws or FEMA regulations. Second, the amount to be repatriated should not exceed the amount paid for property acquisition in foreign exchange or the foreign currency equivalent of the amount paid from NRI accounts. Third, for residential property, the repatriation is limited to 2 properties. If the property was purchased using rupee funds, NRIs can repatriate funds up to $1 million from their NRO accounts per financial year. This is subject to producing an undertaking by the remitter and a certificate from a chartered accountant as prescribed by the CBDT. Next item on your checklist is legal assistance. Legal assistance is crucial for NRIs buying property in India due to the complexity of real estate laws and potential legal issues. Being physically distant and unfamiliar with local regulations can make the property purchase process challenging. A specialized lawyer ensures your transaction is legally sound and protects you from pitfalls. Here's how legal assistance can help. First, verify the title deed, sale deed, encumbrance certificate, and other essential paperwork to confirm the absence of legal disputes. Second, negotiate favorable terms with the seller, discussing the price, payment terms, and any other conditions related to the sale. Third, draft and review the sale agreement to ensure it outlines all the terms and conditions of the sale. Fourth, guide you through each step of the property registration process so all legal formalities are completed correctly and efficiently. Always remember, hiring professional legal support is not just a precaution. It's necessary to ensure a smooth, secure, and legally sound property purchase. Now that you know the importance of legal assistance, next item on the checklist, POA or power of attorney. A POA is highly advisable for NRIs as it allows you to manage property transactions without being physically present. The POA can be invaluable for signing documents, negotiating terms, and handling legal matters. There are 2 main types of POA: general power of attorney, which grants broad powers to your representative, and special power of attorney, which limits their powers to specific tasks. Here's how you can set up POA. First, choose a trusted representative. You should select someone you trust completely, such as a family member, a friend, or legal professional to act on your behalf during the purchase process. Second, define authority and limitations. Work with a lawyer to draft a clear and legally binding POA document. Specify the task your representative is authorized to perform and any actions they are prohibited from taking. For example, you can limit the POA to property-related matters only and exclude other financial transactions. Signing and registration. Once you've chosen your property, the next step is signing the sale agreement and completing the registration process. This legally transfers ownership to you and involves paying stamp duty and registration fees, which vary by state. You need to review the sale agreement with your lawyer before signing this. The document outlines the terms, including the sale amount, payment schedule, and penalties for any breaches. Your lawyer will help ensure all details are correct and there are no hidden clauses or unfavorable terms. Next, understand the property registration fees. Typically, this fee is 1% of the property's total cost, but can vary by location and state laws. For instance, in Karnataka, the stamp duty is 2% for properties under 20 lakhs, 3% for 21 to 45 lakhs, and 4% for over 45 lakhs, plus a 1% registration fee. In Maharashtra, the stamp duty is 6% for male buyers and 5% for female buyers, with a 1% registration fee. This concludes our purchase checklist. Now let's dive into some major post-purchase considerations. After purchasing property in India, NRIs need to focus on two key areas. First, property taxes. NRIs must deduct TDS when buying property in India. The TDS rate depends on the seller's residential status and the type of capital gains. If buying from a resident, deduct 1% TDS for sales exceeding a 50 lakh rupee amount. For non-resident sellers, deduct 20% for long-term capital gains and 30% for short-term gains. This tax must be remitted within 30 days to avoid penalties. Second, maintenance charges. Maintenance charges cover the upkeep and amenities in gated communities, essential for maintaining property value and a comfortable living environment. As per the RERA Act 2016, every allottee under the builder-buyer agreement must pay these charges. When renting a property in India, NRI should know the legalities and tax implications, including the Rental Control Act. This act, established in 1948, ensures the rights of both landlords and tenants are protected. Each state has its version of the Rent Control Act, with minor differences. For residential property, any income from a property in India, whether rented or vacant, is taxable for NRIs. They can avail of a standard deduction of 30% and deduct property taxes. Interest on home loans and principal repayment can be claimed under Section 80C. It's important to note that even if the income is received directly into the non-resident's account outside India or in an NRI account, it is still liable to tax in India as the income source is the property in India. For commercial property, GST applies if the annual rent exceeds 20 lakh rupees at an 18% rate. However, fully constructed or resale commercial properties are exempt from GST. That's all for today, Desi NRIs. In conclusion, staying updated on NRI regulations, utilizing a reputable real estate agent specializing in NRI property transactions, and maintaining communication with your lawyer and financial advisor are essential for a successful property purchase journey. Don't forget to share these valuable tips with your NRI friends and family by liking, sharing, and subscribing to Groww NRI. Please note that this video is for educational purposes only, and any information in this video is not an endorsement or investment advice. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing. Please read the risk disclosure documents carefully before investing in equity shares, derivatives, mutual fund, and or other instruments traded on the stock exchanges.